Welcome to our official podcast. You can find us on pullingshots.net. We're just starting this out. It's really going to be a fun series.
Do we have a pullingshots.net now?
Yeah, we do. We just got it.
Oh, that's cool.
Like 5 minutes ago. I think it was $11.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
yeah, things you gotta stay ahead of the ball because the big ball is ready to smash us. So, always on the roll. So, we're talking about mold. Mold is a crazy thing. I think you even had it in your house, didn't you? Were looking for mold not too long ago.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. It's always something to kind of look for in your bathrooms and.
Yeah. Did you
stuff.
hire somebody, or did you guys just tear out some walls, or what'd you do?
Oh no, it just cleaned it up. It wasn't like black mold or anything
Okay. The mold scares people.
Yeah.
It seems like you see mold right away, and you go, what are we doing? And now we're into coffee with it. The mycotoxin myth, the truth about mold in coffee. Bringing us from last week, we've had a little series on this. We'll be talking a little bit more in general, but we just got a report back. We were looking for mold in our facility because of some concerns, and the concerns, if there's a concern, it's real. And so we wanted to resolve and go to the core and find out exactly what's going on. You got a report back you filed that you worked with a company here in town. You got the report back. You want to just cover briefly?
Yeah.
I seen it come through. I haven't read it yet, but
Yes.
yes, you did. It's a 14-page report.
Yeah, it's pretty extensive. Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty thorough test, but
What were they testing for then?
they were looking for mold spores, from different kinds of molds that we would be, most likely the ones that we wouldn't be looking out for.
Which one of our coffees did you end up using to?
Oh yeah, so they tested the air in the facility, both in our roasting area and then our packaging area as well. Then also we sent a sample of our roasted coffee in for testing.
Ah, okay. And did they use green coffee too?
Let's see. I actually didn't send the sample myself. Did we? Was it? I assume it was roasted. Was it?
It was unroasted.
Oh, it was
Unroasted.
unroasted.
Okay.
Okay, so that's probably even better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because the green coffee we sent was what they found was it was below level of detection for okay. I've read these words so much, but I don't think I've ever said them out loud. The Mycotoxin, is that how I pronounce it?
Exactly.
Yeah, which is one of the two that you want to look out for. The other one is the aflatoxin B1.
Okay.
But yeah, it's that was the sample we sent was below level detection, so that's pretty good. And that's unroasted because after roasting, any potential mycotoxins that are on the bean would be largely eliminated.
Yeah,
between the roasting process, then the brewing process as well. So, so the fact that it was below level of detection on the green coffee, then it's
And that's what we're primarily interested,
Yeah.
even above airborne mycotoxins. We were looking at specifically the green. And we'd never be able to say our facility is mold-free just simply because we turn over the inventory monthly is our attempt. I would say 80% of the coffee that we get in rotates out of our inventory monthly. I mean, we're getting a semi out of New York in every month, and then we're also supplementing locally as well. So, I mean, in the Midwest. So, to be mold-free right now, it could be changing next month. However, the supply chain that we work with is consistent. It's a matter of trusting, being established enough and trusting each process along the way.
Yeah.
Did you look into coffee that's less? Because we're just skimming the top of the specialty industry when we are buying coffee. The specialty coffees that we buy are all above 80 points in score, and typically we go for especially new harvest Latin American coffees, we never buy anything below 84, and sometimes we even get as high as 87 points, which we have a Colombian in right now that's scoring 87 points, which is very, very high for Latin American.
For sure.
So, what about? Did you do any research on um, uh, roasters that aren't in the specialty arena, which we are in?
Oh, like how they typically do?
Well, yeah, the scores of what they're looking at, or if they're more subject to having mycotoxins.
I would assume so. I didn't really look into that aspect as much. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, there's a decent amount out there, but there doesn't seem to be like a lot of cross comparisons between like specialty grade versus like gourmet grade coffees. Yeah, or at least I haven't seen anything like that.
Okay.
But I would assume that since lower grade coffees tend to correlate with lower elevations, I would assume that they are perhaps more susceptible to mycotoxins. But based on everything I've seen, it's probably not that much to be concerned with in general.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it really does seem like how the coffee is stored after roasting.
So will you be able to publish a full report that you'll be able to put on our website?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what would be fun to do is if we could, and I was just thinking of this because we got a report. Our report came from Alliance Environmental Services. I just thought, because I have his number, I might just give the old boy a call right now.
And put him on the spot?
Well, no. Maybe.
I mean,
that's...
let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Yeah. See, I'll put it on speakerphone. I won't say his name or anything unless he says it. Might have to bleep that out. Might not even answer. But I'm going to see if maybe perhaps we can get him out here.
This is Jamie.
Oh, hey, sir. Hey, this is Gary at Friedrich's Coffee.
Yeah, Gary.
Hey, you did a great report on us a few weeks ago. I was wondering if you would be willing to, we do podcasts here. Would you be willing to stop by and maybe put your, if I could interview you on a podcast at our facility, would that be something you'd be interested in doing?
As far as what are we trying to achieve or what are we trying to do with it?
Educate the coffee community.
Regarding like mycotoxins and how they relate to roasted coffee.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely entertain the idea.
Okay.
The only problem I have is this: we're getting into really busy with it getting as cold as it is and it warming back up. We're really swamped with time, but it's definitely something that I would entertain for sure.
Okay. How about if I give you a shout out Monday and we can see if something works out in your schedule? We could always do it remotely. Like with
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, Jamie. And again, thanks for getting that report back to us, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yep, bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Well, I guess I did just get his name.
Oh, yeah, well,
I don't think that's
we
too
could
bad, is
censor
it?
that in post or something.
Maybe. I don't think, sounds like it's not like we're trying to conceal or hide anything. We just want to be as open as we can about this.
Right. And we don't want to.
But no, let me ask you this: would you ever consider us advertising ourselves? Well, I already
as
said
mold
that.
free.
Yeah.
You already said we wouldn't, and I
But
think that's probably.
Give your position on that. Why wouldn't we? Just to,
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, it's probably like, I don't know, like highlighting something that doesn't need to be highlighted as much.
Right.
It's, you could kind of get into the like technicalities of like mycotoxins in coffee, but in reality, it's not. Based on everything that I've seen, it doesn't seem to be like anything that the average coffee drinker should worry about.
Well, fair enough. Well,
yeah,
I think
it's it just doesn't like if people who are marketing themselves like that are providing like an excellent product, like an excellent tasting coffee, then I think that might maybe that could warrant a higher price point. But if they're charging a higher price for being like mycotoxin free, which I don't know if that's even something they could really claim in general.
Yeah, you see some people are trying.
Yeah, and it doesn't really seem like a lot of them are being fully transparent with like their process either. So it's like, it's I think it kind of probably in general just isn't something that
they're throwing something at the wall to see if it sticks.
Yeah, and it could be it's something that might be worth talking about to some degree, but it's like it's not something we should be worried about or.
Well, we can. I think what we're trying to do is, there are people that are extremely concerned and worried about mold and mold and mycotoxins, and I feel for them because they have a right to be. There's a reason why they're concerned, so we have to be just sincerely open with all of these people, and they're trying to find what they are allergic to, what's compromising their immune system, why they are developing whatever it is, an autoimmune disease, or to other types of sicknesses or illnesses. So it is serious. We don't want to make light of it, but at the same time, the risk is low.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, mycotoxins are like extremely relevant to everyday life.
Yeah. So you might have some on your coat.
Yeah. So it's like
or in your beard.
Maybe. I mean, there's
well, you have pets.
fungi. I mean, hopefully they don't have any.
Well, what are those two dogs you have? I'm sure they have. What are they? The corgis?
Maybe.
Corgis for sure have moxie.
Yeah, one of them is pretty messy. So
mycotoxins.
But
Abby won't like that.
Yeah, there's mold. There's like fungi everywhere. There's producing spores and mycotoxins. So it's like, it's not really something that like the average person should be like trying to avoid at all costs. Okay. It's more about like, I don't know, just maybe being like mindful of one's own if they have like some sensibilities to those kinds of things. But
fair enough.
In coffee, it's if you're concerned about mycotoxins, coffee is is probably lower on the list as far as things to be worried about.
Well said. Well, thank you. Here we are, pollingshots.net. You'll get the full report, and we might get the big guy in here to answer some questions next week to kick this thing down the road one more time. Thank you, and we'll see you off. Signing off from pollingshots.net.